So, ladies and gentlemen, in order to celebrate the 100 years of the tank since the Battle of Cambrai in 1917, these vehicles, as you can see, are considerably slower than the modern versions we saw just a moment ago. So we're going to get these vehicles into position, and then we will invite David Fletcher to talk about them and their evolution. Not only all those years ago, but how they led to where we are today. So I'll get back to you shortly, in about 5 minutes or so, once these vehicles are in position to introduce David to you.
Of these three, the only tank which is genuine from that period, from 1917, is the Saint-Chamond, the French tank at the end, sent over by courtesy of the Musee de Blanc in Saumur. To full speed, a good 5 miles an hour if you're lucky. But the trouble with petrol electric is the room it takes up inside the tank and the weight of it. It tends to make the tank heavier than it needs to be. But the Saint-Chamond got over that quite well compared with some rival designs which are awful. So it's quite an interesting tank from that point of view. It takes a crew of 9. It had 30 millimetres of armour on the front and about 8 or 9 millimetres usually on the side, although they did up armour, some of them later. You can see the driver sits in the cupola at the front on the left, and in front of him on the front plate is the gun. And it's a 75 millimetre weapon. It's in fact the famous 75, the French 75 millimetre field gun, arranged to work in a tank and works quite effectively. The tank is also equipped with Hotchkiss air-cooled machine guns. There's one in the front on the other side of the main gun, one in each side and one at the back. The other interesting thing is that the Saint-Chamond, unlike any other tank I can ever remember, actually has a rear driver. It is possible to drive the tank in reverse from the back to get it out of trouble. And they needed this because one thing you'll notice, and you can see it quite well from this angle, is how much of the tank is overhanging at the front and the back. The Saint-Chamond They were built actually as a rival to the French Schneider. Schneider had been produced without going through the usual channel.